Get ready for high-stakes football action. We start with Cole Palmer and the massive transfer saga brewing at Chelsea. Glenn Johnson claims Cole Palmer would absolutely want Chelsea to listen to an eye-watering £150 million transfer bid this summer, and we dive into why this superstar might be looking beyond Stamford Bridge. Find out what this massive offer means for the future of the Blues, and if Palmer is ready for a change of scenery.
Stop using your finger for notes, sketches, and edits. This Jam Jake stylus pen gives your iPad a smoother, more precise writing feel with palm rejection so your hand can rest naturally on the screen. It charges fast, works for hours, and comes with replacement tips. Perfect for school, work, or creative projects. Check the link in the comments to grab it on Amazon.
Next up, we turn our attention to Manchester United and the midfield upheaval. Sky Sports has provided a very concrete update on talks for the midfielder Manuel Ugarte, with Galatasaray emerging as a very concrete suitor for the Uruguayan international. We break down the latest on Sir Jim Ratcliffe's potential approval and what this potential summer move means for Ugarte's career trajectory. Now, we switch gears to the manager's perspective at Old Trafford. Michael Carrick is speaking out about the importance of clarity as he awaits the final decision regarding his future as the Manchester United head coach. We explore what Carrick thinks is the right time to address the situation and how he is focusing on finishing the season strong. And finally, we look at the intense pressure surrounding the club's immediate future. We examine Michael Carrick's stance on the timing of the head coach announcement and his commitment to the long-term vision for the team. Don't miss a second of this analysis and stay locked in with us for all the breaking football news. Cole Palmer is reportedly open to a significant transfer move, with speculation mounting regarding his potential interest in Manchester United. Former Chelsea defender Glenn Johnson suggested that a massive £150 million transfer bid could compel Palmer to consider leaving the club. Johnson stated that if Chelsea were presented with such an offer, Palmer would likely want the club to listen, arguing that missing out on a top-4 finish would signal a lack of competitiveness, making a well-funded club an attractive destination. The move to Manchester United is heavily speculated, particularly given Palmer's background. Johnson noted that while the idea seemed distant a few months ago, the football landscape has shifted rapidly, making such a move more plausible. He suggested that the desire to return to Manchester, especially if it involves family ties, could be a compelling factor, comparing the situation to other high-profile transfers. Chelsea currently holds Palmer, their talismanic number 10, through to 2033, meaning they face little immediate pressure to sell, though they would undoubtedly seek the highest fee in any negotiation. The club is facing internal pressure. Having parted ways with manager Enzo Maresca and Liam Rosenior, Chelsea is in a precarious position, sitting 9th in the Premier League table with only 3 games remaining to secure a European qualification spot. Johnson indicated that if continental competition were removed, players like Palmer would naturally question the need to remain at Stamford Bridge. Palmer's recent form has been hampered by injuries, preventing him from regaining the prolific output seen during his debut season. Johnson observed that while players are expected to focus on their performance, maintaining momentum is difficult amid frequent managerial changes and tactical shifts. Looking ahead, Palmer will be keen to find form in the remaining fixtures, including upcoming Premier League matches and the FA Cup final against Manchester City, as he remains a key player in England's World Cup squad selection process. The future of Palmer at Chelsea remains uncertain as he weighs his current situation against potential new opportunities. Cole Palmer is reportedly considering a move away from Chelsea, with speculation mounting regarding a potential transfer bid of £150 million. Former Chelsea defender Glenn Johnson suggested that Palmer would be receptive to such a significant offer, stating he would want the club to listen. Johnson indicated that if Chelsea were presented with a record-breaking bid, Palmer would be drawn to the move if the team was not competing for the top 4, emphasizing that a financially successful club attracts top talent. Palmer's potential departure is fueled by Chelsea's current position, sitting 9th in the Premier League table with only 3 games remaining, putting them in jeopardy of missing out on European qualification. Johnson suggested that if continental competition were removed, players like Palmer would naturally start considering opportunities elsewhere. The discussion also touches upon Palmer's history and personal connections. While the idea of a move to Manchester United seemed unlikely previously, recent shifts in fortunes have altered perceptions. Johnson noted that the landscape of football has changed rapidly, making moves like returning to Manchester for family reasons an interesting prospect, regardless of specific fan allegiance. Injuries have also impacted Palmer's performance, preventing him from reaching his peak form. Johnson commented on the general atmosphere at the club, noting that the constant changes in managerial philosophy create difficulty for players in maintaining momentum, even when focusing purely on their performance. Looking ahead, Palmer is aiming to find renewed form in the remaining weeks of the 2025-26 season, particularly with competition for spots in the England World Cup squad. Chelsea faces several key fixtures, and it remains uncertain whether Palmer will remain with the Blues for the 2026-27 season or pursue a fresh start elsewhere. Manchester United midfielder Manuel Ugarte is reportedly exploring a summer transfer, with Galatasaray emerging as a very concrete suitor for his services. According to reports from Sky Sports, Ugarte has several options ahead of the summer window, despite recent inconsistent form. Galatasaray is considered a serious contender after initial discussions in January did not lead to a completed transfer. The situation has been influenced by internal developments at Old Trafford. Reports indicate that Sir Jim Ratcliffe has privately approved Ugarte's potential sale following the player's underwhelming performances, particularly after a recent loss to Leeds United. This move comes as United is determined to part ways with the player before the 2026-2027 season commences. Ugarte's playing time at United has been limited, reportedly stemming from Kobbie Mainoo's injury and marking his first and likely final starting opportunity under Michael Carrick, who has since opted not to use him in subsequent fixtures against Chelsea, Brentford, and Liverpool. United's valuation for the Uruguayan international is reportedly around £25 million, following a previous significant outlay of £42 million 2 years prior. Ugarte signed a 5-year contract in 2016, which is now set to be terminated after just 48 months. The current speculation suggests a potential transfer fee closer to £50 million. Michael Carrick emphasized the need for clarity regarding his future as Manchester United's head coach, following the club's recent success in securing Champions League qualification. Carrick addressed questions about the timing of a decision, stating that the end of the season is the natural time to assess his role. Speaking at a press conference at Carrington on Thursday, Carrick confirmed that while the Champions League football is secured, the decision on his long-term status remains pending until the season concludes. Carrick maintained that he is focused entirely on the immediate task of finishing the Premier League season strongly, irrespective of his future position. He stated, "Clarity is important. It's come the time at the end of the season where I think we've finished strong, put ourselves in a good position, and obviously the situation of my role and what it looks like moving forward. I think it's just the natural time." When questioned about the recent 3-2 victory over Liverpool, Carrick stressed that the result has not altered the timeline for announcements. He noted that the focus remains on strong season finishes, adding, "It's a matter of days ago, and we have got eyes on finishing the season strongly as well." Regarding his tenure, Carrick reiterated his commitment to the long-term vision, highlighting his achievement of securing a Champions League spot during his interim period. He asserted that his approach has always prioritized long-term decisions concerning the group, players, and development, stating, "I've said from the start I've never approached a day here with any short-term decisions." Carrick concluded by expressing confidence in his current path, acknowledging that external perspectives may differ, but affirming his decision-making process. He stated that he has acted in a way he feels is correct and that the final outcome will reveal itself.